Hi guys, welcome back. I am so excited about this topic. I'm going to be talking about tips that you need for a first date. So, I don't know if you are about to go on a first date, if you are anticipating a first date, but you should definitely, for sure, watch this video. So I'm going to give you some insight on why I wanted to do this video. My last first date that I went on was my last first date. So, that's why I thought maybe I would do a video about it. I'm so excited about it. So, I'm going to talk about the 5 P's. I know, P's, how weird. But it'll make sense by the end of the video. But think about it, 5 P's that you need for your first date. So, the first P is to look presentable. And I know you guys are like, that's so obvious, of course. But I've seen some people go on first dates and they do not look presentable. You want to give like a certain type of look, like you want to look nice, but not too nice. You want to look casual, but not too casual. There's just like a little fine line. As far as makeup goes for the ladies, definitely like wear makeup. I'm not saying not to wear makeup, but you want to wear makeup that accentuates your features, not hides them. So you don't want to be wearing like way too much blush or like all too many crazy colors. Only because it's not. You can maybe on the second or third date, but for the first one, I feel like you should just stick to kind of like how you look, like accentuate your features for sure, like, blush, makeup and all that. Now for the guys, I think a little bit differently. Like for the guy, obviously, I don't know if you're gonna wear makeup, that's your own thing, but I think it's important that the guy just like puts gel in his hair and, whatever they're gonna present themselves as, just try to be clean, like a haircut, maybe trim your beard, just little maintenance things that you would do like if you're going to a special event. So the second tip that I have for a first date is to be present. You think that you would understand, like, if you're on a date, to not be on your phone, to not be kind of just listening to other things, and just be present, like, be there with that person. Don't be, elsewhere, Be listening to what they have to say, like, if they are talking about their mom, or if they're talking about their dog, like just be listening and be present. And even if it's simple things, just like, oh my goodness, this restaurant is so crowded, just be present and engaged in the conversation. When you are present and in the moment, you forget that the time is just flying by. True story, on my last first date with my fiance, we were at this beautiful restaurant. Maggiano's is amazing, and we were so engaged and so present with each other that we didn't even order food for like at least an hour, and the waiter kept coming and like, hey, do you guys want to order? But we were just so present and engaged in the conversation that time just flew by. And that'll really make time go by quickly when you're really focused on what the person has to say. Tip number 3 is to be passionate. Have passions. So what does that mean exactly when I say passion? You're like, Jody, do you mean like passion, like I'm supposed to hug them and kiss them and all that? No, that's not what I mean. On your first date, I feel like you need to talk about your passions. As you guys can see in my room, I'm extremely passionate about Star Wars. I love Princess Leia. I love Star Wars, everything to do with it. I'm very passionate about it. I'm very big into the fandom. I'm also very passionate about art. I'm very passionate about theater. There's lots of things that I'm very passionate, obsessed with. So when you are on the first date, you know, show them who you are and what you're passionate about, because not only is it who you are, but it makes you very interesting. And, you know, it sounds funny, like, oh, I don't need to be interesting, but if you're really into makeup, then talk about your passion for makeup. If you are super into soccer, then talk about soccer. My fiance played football in college, so he was super passionate about telling me about it, and it was amazing. I'm like, wow, this is so cool, and it makes you just very interested in the other person. So make sure on your first date that you're talking about all your passions, all of them. And another thing is too, don't say like, yeah, well, I kind of like Star Wars, for example. Be confident. Like, if you like it, be confident about it. Like, no, you know what? I love Star Wars. Be shameless about it. The fourth P that I have is to offer to pay. So this one is going to be a little bit, I already know it's gonna be a little controversial, but I just have to say it. So my mom raised me to be a very independent woman. She raised me to be my own self and to pay for my own things and never depend on another person. That's how she raised me. So I'm gonna try to explain this the best that I can. I think it shows your independence, it shows who you are, and you shouldn't be going on a first date for a free meal or because it sounds kind of fun, or, you know, it's not very courteous to the other person, especially, you know, you shouldn't have that intention in your mind. So on my last first date with Roger, I offered to pay my side. Now, I want to make this clear because I think as a woman, you should offer to pay for your side. Your side. I don't think you should offer to pay for the whole thing because you're just trying to pay for your things, if that makes sense. And I talked to Roger about this weeks after we were already dating, like boyfriend and girlfriend, and he said that he really appreciated that I did offer to pay for my side, because even though he didn't accept the offer because he wanted to be a gentleman, he still appreciated that I wasn't just there to get a free meal. Like, he appreciated that I was there for him, to meet him, to get to know him better, like for a deeper purpose, for a deeper meaning. So he really appreciated that. So ladies, make sure when you're on your first date that you offer to pay. I feel like it's so important. Don't just assume he's gonna pay for it, because it's just not, I don't know, it just doesn't look so good. And if he is a proper gentleman, then he will pay, you know, but it's still good to offer to pay for your first date, for your side, for your first side. Now for my very last tip, which is tip number 5, P number 5, is to be playful. Be playful, be happy, be excited, be having a good time. This is not the time, and I'm gonna try to make this super clear, it is not the time for you guys to be talking about ex-boyfriends and sad stories. Like, you know, it's not the right moment. It's the first date, you're just getting to know them. It should be happy, exciting, playful, very exciting. If you don't, like, you say, oh, that's not my personality, I'm not very playful, then just be, like I said, super fun. Remember why you're on that first date. You know, you could be meeting your husband, your wife, you know, this could be someone very big in your life, and you should treat it as such. Like, you should treat it as such a happy type of day, like a happy moment, because you never know if this might be your person. Like I treated it like it was something very serious with my last first date, but I never imagined that that was going to be my husband. I liked him so much and everything, but I just can't believe it. I'm like, what? But I'm so glad that he treated it very seriously and I treated it very seriously, and we were both very playful. So before I wrap up this video, I wanted to do a quick little disclaimer that is super important, and I think before you go on any first date at all, you should be very clear, super clear on the intentions. For example, if one person is wanting to potentially look for like a husband or a wife, then that's their intention. They're taking things very seriously. But there might be the other person that just wants to just kind of date around, doesn't want a serious relationship, is just having a good time. So you need to know the intentions of the date, or like a pretty good like ballpark of the intentions, and just be super clear about it. Before I went on my first date with my fiance, we were extremely clear about our intentions. I said I was looking for something that would lead to be serious, and he said the same thing. So we were on the same page, because it is super awkward, super weird when you go on a first date and one person just is looking to have a good time, you know, and then the other person's like taking things super seriously, like in their mind, and then the expectation is just, it can be disappointing if you're on different pages. So I just wanted to give you guys that little disclaimer, that should be arranged before you go on your first date. Let that be something you talk about way before. Like, needs to be set in stone, or pretty close to set in stone, because you don't want to be disappointed. So guys, those were the 5 tips that I have for your first date. If you guys go on a first date and you do the 5 P's and yet somehow it doesn't work out, just remember that it's not anything you did wrong, because I really think these 5 tips are just super useful. But just think of it like, okay, I'm just one step closer to the person that I'm supposed to be with. So don't think of it as a super, super negative date. Think of it like, okay, I did the 5 P's, I tried my best, but I just got some experience under my belt. I just got a little more experience. So now I'm even more prepared for that first date with my future husband or wife. So just don't take it so sad. Like, it's gonna be okay. You're just closer. You're getting super, super, super close to the guy or the girl, whoever. You're getting closer, closer, closer. So it'll all work out. It'll all be good. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell button, so that way you can get notifications whenever I post a new video. I will see you guys later. Bye!